Hello everyone, today's project is we are going to hang this very heavy TV up in this corner. And I have the existing mount that I purchased years ago. We used to have this thing in the living room on a flat wall. This thing is very huge. Actually got it broken and repaired it. Just needed a thermal resistor replaced in it. Wasn't too big of a repair job. Actually, it ended up costing about $5. Pretty cheap. But we need to make it fit in the corner here. And because it's so heavy, it's really difficult to get a mount to support that weight. This is an older TV, and they were quite heavier back in the day. And I'm going to do it with about $30 worth of 2x4s. And we're going to do them crossways and then support on both sides. So the first thing we need to do is calculate out the sides for our mount. We know that our longest side needs to be 51 inches, which is the side of the length of the TV. And we're going in a corner, so we're going to have two other sides here, and I want to know the length of these guys. Our mount is going to be on the wall at 90 degrees, and I want these to be equal sides, so they're going to be just two 45-degree angles. So here is our triangle mount. We know that our back of the TV is going to be 51 inches, so we know that measurement, and I need to find for, this is my C, I need to find for A and B. I'm going to use a trig function for that. We're going to use the sine of 45 to give us this value, our A out here, and so it's sine of 45 equals A divided by 51, which is our hypotenuse, and I need to simplify that when I multiply both sides by 51, which is going to give us 51 times the sine of 45 equals A, and these are going to be identical for both sides. Calculator, I'll just use my phone in scientific mode, and we'll do 45 sine times 51, which will give us 36 inches approximately. We can double check that by using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus lowercase b squared equals c squared. So a squared times 2, and then square root of that gives us our 51. So we could confirm that is the right measurement. So I want 36 inches for each of my lengths, and then 51 inches for that. And then we'll go out and we'll cut it on the miter saw, and I'm going to have two rows. If we're looking at in the corner, say this is the corner of my wall, and I have my 2x4s here on a mount. I'm going to need two sets of these, since my TV mount will be connecting to the front of it like this, and I'll have a bolting through that. So I'll need another set just like it above it, because the mount's wider than a 2x4, but that'll give me a little extra strength, and then I can find the studs to drill through into there, into the walls. So the 2x4s are mounted solidly, and I have two sets holding all the weight of that TV. Okay, we're ready with the miter saw, and this is going to be one of the inside pieces, which we just measured at 36 inches. And do the left side first. I'm going to cut off this bad section here. And that needs to be 36 inches. So here's my corner piece. I have it set up to cut in the corner. there's one of the sides. This is 36 inch. And this is the 51 inch piece that I've cut that's going to be on the face. Now, there's two ways that I can do this. One being, and I didn't account for this, is if I put this against this like this and screw in this way to support this, which will work just fine. This will need to be shorter, effectively allowing this to sit here like this against it. So I'll need to shorten this 36 inch piece the width of that 2x4, effectively cutting off that much of it. The other way I can do it is to leave it exactly like that and then sit this up on top of it. Since we are supporting a very heavy TV, if I set this on top of it, I'm going to have all the weight of the all the weight of the TV on top of this 2x4, which is going to make it extra strong. And then I can just put a screw toenail in, or actually I'll probably just best a toenail in to keep this from moving, but the weight's going to be 2x4 to 2x4 rather than all the weight being supported by a couple of screws just going in this way. And it'll make my calculations simpler because I can use my original 36, my other original 36, and my original 51. This will all be hidden behind the TV anyways, so it really doesn't matter. I've got a complete bottom made, now I can work on a complete top. Time to take it in and hook it up. The audio wasn't real good in this clip, so I'm going to dub over it. And what I'm doing here is determining how high I want the TV to sit. And I've got it 12 inches down from the ceiling. And we're measuring the bracket and the position of the bracket on the back of the TV. And we just need to line everything up so that the TV is at the correct height. To the top of this bracket, I got approximately 12 inches from there to there. And that's where this is going to sit, our mount. It's going to clip in there. So I need to be 12 inches below that. And if I measure a couple inches down, 14, add 12, it's going to give me 26. So I'm going to be approximately, you probably can't see the pencil mark I made, approximately 26 inches down. Now that's going to be for the top of my 51 inch piece. And I need to go down another 3.5 for the support beams. 3.5 inches below that pencil mark is where the first of those is going to sit. Both of those. Now the next thing I'm going to do is find out where my studs are, and I have a stud finder for that. This drywall isn't done very well. I can actually see where the studs are, but I want to make sure that I have it accurate. The stud finders are pretty easy to use. There's one. Of course, there's one in the corner. We'll need another row, same width down below it. Effectively like that. should be strong enough to support just about any weight. I'm probably close to 195. That TV's not quite high, heavy. Say hi, Nyla. Nyla. So all that's left now is to attach the mount. And then we can hang the TV. Worst case, Dobby, hush up. Worst case, we may need to paint the edges of the mount just so they blend in with the wall. And since we're using large lag bolts, I'll need to pre-drill to keep from splitting the 2x4 really bad. Now you can go into a lot of detail of measuring the screw and figuring out what size bit you need in relationship to the screw. I generally take the lazy route and just grab my drill bit kit and see which one is going to give a decent amount of space in between on the inside for a hole, and try and give it as small as a hole as I can, but still allow the screw to have lots of meat to bite into. So let's go with that 5/32. Alright, I got my ratchets. Now before I tighten these down, I also want to take a level and assess how level it is. So we are off just a slight bit, which I can fix by just holding up this side before. All that's left now is to find someone to help me lift that up into place, and we'll have a TV mounted on the wall in the corner. Now that, again, this thing is extremely heavy as far as TVs go. It took a minute, but I did find it online, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is exactly 99 pounds. So my estimate of 100 pounds is spot on. Well, I got some help to hang it up on the wall. It takes 2 people, obviously, very heavy. And this is how it turns out. You can see a little bit of the mount behind it on the one side. The other side looks pretty good. You really can't see it from anywhere in the room unless you're right up close to it. And then we'll get a view of behind the TV now. And behind the TV, I made space for some shelves, place to hold a power strip. That bracket you see at the top is to hold an Xbox when it's there. And then there's a shelf all the way at the top for the cable box, so the remote can see it very well. And everything is nice and firm. Looks good.